Hello Capricorn, welcome to Daily Focus Tarot. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, Monday the 24th for Capricorn. Tell me what they should focus on. And what should they avoid? Oop. Has gone really far out. And what should they avoid? One more clarifier. One more clarifier. And I got like 3. Okay. Let's see, a little closer. So what you should focus on, Queen of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, and 8 of Wands. So reconnecting to yourself, reconnecting to what brings you joy in life is going to help you balance your actions, balance your finances, your career, your physical health. Anything here in the physical world is what the Pentacles talk about. So this reconnection to your creativity, to your joy for life, to yourself, is going to really help you with the balancing. That's what you should focus on, is the balancing. Don't take shortcuts. You're mourning something, but you need to move on from it because it's keeping you burdened. It's keeping you from completing this cycle, this mourning that you're going through. There's no such thing as mourning for too long, but there can be too much mourning. It can prevent you from growing. It can prevent you from moving forwards. You know, you were trying to bring this ideal life. You were trying to bring this health and happiness and this union together with this 2 of Cups here. And you've still got this union. It's other cups that have spilled down here. You still got these 2 standing together. You've still got this happy, healthy union. But if you stay in this energy of mourning for what didn't work out or for what you lost, you could lose this union. Okay? Keep trying to persevere. Keep using your creativity to develop this in a healthy way. But yeah, you don't want to take shortcuts to get rid of your burdens. You don't want to take shortcuts. Okay, so for Tuesday for Capricorn, the cycle will end naturally, but taking shortcuts is not going to help it. Give me more on why they should focus on the Ace of Wands for Tuesday. Give me more clarity. And what should they avoid for Tuesday? What should Capricorn be avoiding? Bottom of the deck, your clarity. Okay, so focus on this new spiritual, this new creative growth, this new joy for life that you're trying to bring in. Observe the way that you're thinking about things. Observe the way that you're thinking about this new beginning, and you're thinking about your spirituality and your creativity and your growth. Observe what it is that you're doing to put yourself out of balance or imbalance, and really look at it from that deeper perspective. What you should avoid. Okay, so there is a path to growth. Keep your passions in check. You want your passions to be healthy. Notice that the Page of Cups and the woman, the crone, the wise woman, and the Death card, they both have green and red, right? This is healing. Even though it's a dark, deep forest green, it's healing. And she's got her passions under control. They're only on one arm. She's not wearing them. She's not wearing her heart on her sleeve. She's not controlled by her passions. They're not controlling her on a deeper level anymore. I mean, this card is inspiration. And this card is talking about changing your mindset, changing the way you're thinking, shedding the old to make room for the new. And when you change that thinking, that mindset, that also changes your behavior patterns, which is going to help you expand and grow away from this debt or this poor health. Whatever this pentacle situation. Pentacles are things here in the physical world. Career and finances that lead to physical possessions. Health, which is to do with the physical body, right? It can also be mental health too, because your mind is in your body, but we tend to look at swords more as mental health. But, you know, if you have bad mental health, that affects your career, it affects your finances, it affects your physical body and your physical health. The mind and the physical body are connected, right? It's all one package. And spiritually, you are also connected to your physical body. So there's something that, you know, you want to move towards expansion away from this. You don't want to stick your head, you know, avoid not dealing with this situation. Avoid not changing and letting your passions or your ego state control you a little too much, to the point where you don't let go of the behaviors, the thinking that you need to let go of in order to start moving forwards and expanding. So that was Tuesday, Wednesday for Capricorn. Wednesday for Capricorn. One more, please. Wednesday for Capricorn. And what should they avoid on Wednesday? What should they avoid? Give me another clarifier. I don't understand why they should be avoiding this. Okay. So, let me look up the reverse of this. Page of Pentacles. The reverse, procrastination, lack of progress due to not learning from your failures. So this is what you should be focusing on, the lack of progress and the procrastination. You should be going within to find that guidance to help you in this transitory time. Where you're looking to drop your burdens, you're looking to drop that bundle of shame, guilt, fear, shame, a lot of shame. You're looking to drop that, and you're in this transitory period, but there's something that you haven't learned yet in regards to your career, finances, physical health, in regards to that pentacle. There's something you haven't learned yet, but you're looking to move away from the emotional instability and the mental instability, and you need to go within and get that guidance to figure that out, to figure out why you're carrying all of this shame and all of this burden. Okay? And then we've got the Wheel, the King of Wands, the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Let me look up Seven of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so this is where you're not wanting to change. You're wanting to stay stuck in the sand and keep your head in the sand. You're wanting to give up because you're feeling like you're overwhelmed. You're feeling like you've got like some sort of inferiority complex, like you're not good enough. You can't take charge of this situation. There's too many decisions or too many issues going on, and too many things that are hidden from you, and you can't deal with it and get this balance in your life. But the procrastination is not going to help you, and you are not inferior, right? It takes one step at a time, one day at a time. Changes don't just happen overnight, especially changes in your thinking. And especially if they're drastic changes, you don't want them to happen overnight. For example, I know somebody who did, this was back in the 90s when it was really popular, but fasting has become popular again in the form of intermittent fasting. But this person did OptiFast, medical clinic fasting for a month. They did lose weight, right? They lost almost 100 pounds. I am not kidding. Lost almost 100 pounds. Were down to, they could wear their high school jeans, their wedding dress. This was a woman who was a nurse, by the way. And she lost all this weight basically by fasting. She had blood draws regularly. She had urinalysis regularly to check and make sure she was doing okay with her electrolytes and everything else. Triglycerides, cholesterol, that sort of thing. So she had regular blood work, regular fasting. This was clinically supervised. And the sad thing was she didn't work on her mental health in regards to what she ate and why she ate it and how she ate it. And so when she got off the fast, she would eat like a bag of potato chips for lunch at work. Within 2 months, she regained all the weight she had lost on the fast. So radical change. You want to be slower. The more radical the change, the slower you want to take it. But that doesn't mean that you want to procrastinate. That doesn't mean that you want to be like, oh, I give up. Okay, you have a vision for your life. Don't fear that vision. Don't give up on it. But you might want to take things maybe in stages, in steps, like one step here, and then let it level out for a while so your body gets used to it, so your mind gets used to it, you get used to it emotionally, and then take it up to the next level, take it up a next step, let it level out for a while, take it up again, let it level out for a while. Just a suggestion. But don't be like, oh, it's such a huge change I need to make, I can't do it. That's not true. You can do it. Sometimes we just need to do things in stages and let the the stage kind of sink in between. So what was that, Wednesday? So we're on Thursday for Capricorn. Thursday. And what should Capricorn avoid on Thursday? Oop. Okay. So what you should focus on is having a victory that you want, having what it is that you want, healing yourself through what it is that you want, and not procrastinating, not giving into creative blocks, not giving into being overly passionate about things in a way that doesn't help you move forwards. The focus here is on getting a balance in your thinking again. Ending this cycle where, you felt like somebody was out to get you, somebody hated you, you felt like, maybe even you internally, your inner critic was out to get you, with that Seven of Wands that keeps popping up. Sometimes we can feel like we're our own worst enemy. So the focus is to end that cycle, not to give up on life in general, not to give up on your goals, but to end the cycle where you're imbalanced in your thinking, where it was breaking you spiritually, it was breaking you mentally, to have this and it could have been a goal that was breaking you. It could have been, like I said, you might be thinking that goal is just too big and you need to break it down in stages. It could be too big as it is, but not too big in general. So you need to do stages. What you should avoid: sitting in negative emotions. Avoid sitting in your negative emotions, your feelings of guilt, your feelings of remorse, of betrayal, of this backstabbing, of being judged. Avoid sitting in those, not setting healthy boundaries for yourself. Avoid people who are kind of cold-hearted and emotionally manipulative, if this Queen of Swords is a person. Because you're trying to transform your life. You're studying it, you're looking at it, you're like, I want to move forwards. You're at that beginning stage. You're trying to be a freer spirit in your life, but sitting in these negative emotions is not helping you. And inappropriate boundaries with other people, people who are emotionally manipulative to you, who are cold and distant, not setting boundaries with them. If they're a narcissist, not going gray rock with them. This is preventing you from moving forwards. This is what you should avoid, because you do want to be that free spirit. You don't want to be, stuck in this, oh, woe is me type of energy. You want this energy, but you have to set those boundaries. You have to cut those people off. You have to set that boundary that you're not going to stay focused on what didn't work out. You're going to focus on what did work out. and where it is you want to go moving forward. You're going to keep your chin up, hold your head high, and move in the direction that you want to move and not give up. So that was Thursday. And then we've got Friday. Okay, I'm not taking those. I didn't even start to shuffle. I didn't even start to shuffle. Friday for Capricorn. What should they focus on? I never know when I'm talking sometimes too, if it's a card that's reacting to what I'm talking about or if it's... So I try not to talk when I shuffle too much. What should Capricorn focus on Friday? One more card. One more card. Gave me two. What should they avoid? What should Capricorn be avoiding on Friday? And okay, so what you should focus on, your creativity, your growth, getting away from, facing these. Use your spirituality, use your strength to overcome these obstacles where you need to get in balance more. Because we have the sun and we have the sun here. You should focus on the growth, on the rebirth, on the new beginning, away from this. Focus on looking at it, looking at the sun, facing your fears, facing, your debt, your poor health, whatever this situation is, your career, your financial issues. Focus on facing that and growth. Moving forwards, how can you get that balance again? How can you get that balance in the giving and the receiving? And what you should avoid. Okay, so there is, Two of Cups is also about balance between two people, or between your reality and your dreams, your spiritual and your physical. And it talks about having a good, healthy balance in the long term. That's what you're trying to aim for. So you're trying to come up with this plan. Be mindful of any guidance that you get from outside sources. Be mindful of traditions. There's an apple somewhere involved in this. Be mindful of traditions, rituals, guidance from people who are, they're authority type figures in their area. Like they're a doctor, they're a lawyer, they're the high priest, they're, the teacher, the head of the community, whatever. Be mindful of the guidance you get from them and the traditions they recommend to you. Be mindful of working too much in a group, but being the only one holding their weight in the group. So there is, you're trying to avoid this disaster and move into a healthier place towards this unity, whether it's between your dreams and reality or any of the other things that I mentioned. You're trying to get into a healthier place and have this transition work for you in the long term. But the plan that you come up with, you have to be really clear on it. Like I said, not rushing into it, taking it in stages probably. when you get the clarity, the aha moment, or when you get the tower, when you get that change that you can't avoid, you've still got, whether it's a firing from a job, a layoff, whatever, you've still got the Six of Swords, the transition to the better place. And you've got the sun and what you should focus on. So don't be focusing on the tower in a negative way. Like, woe is me. Don't be in that Five of Cups energy. Okay. Because you've got the sun, and the sun is your growth. The sun is the best card in the deck. It's growing you away from this. So don't focus too much on this. Definitely come up with your plan to move forwards. But be mindful, all these other gawkers standing here watching while he does all the carving. Be mindful of the gossip. Be mindful of the gawkers. And don't give in to them. Don't give in to the negative thinking. The tower comes because you need a change. And the change that the tower brings seems like it's drastic and it's all of a sudden and it's scary. But in the end, it works out for your best. It works out for your higher good. I hope that was helpful. Feel free to hit subscribe, likes, notifications, leave a comment. Let me know if you like this format or not. See you next week. Bye.